Yes, this is make a welcome today to you. I want you to be here. Good morning once again. Remember, you on to Denibo 99.1 FM, and we are talking about something that concerns the society, the public, and you. I want you to be part of it. You're sincerely Buchi Beng. I'm standing in for Mr. Tonio Lisambeki, who is the normal anchor of this very program. And what program are we talking about? We're talking about Good Governance Ministry. I want you to listen. Remember, you can be part of us when you go to www.odenbofm.net and click listen live. You can as well, wherever you are, distance is not a barrier. You can as well be in London, UK, wherever, China, America, Asia, Far East, Middle East, in Oka, in Delta, in Lagos, wherever you are, you can click yes and one stop. And then 99.1 FM is going to be part of everything you are doing. Just put your dial on 99.1 FM. You go to online radio box and or Nige radio app and buy it from Google Play Store and or Apple Store, whichever way. All in the name and in everything for us to serve you better. This is our target. But today we are discussing something that concerns the leadership. That is leadership failure in Igbo land. Yes, leadership failure in Igbo land. And we're going to be doing with respect to Anambra State and everything inclusive. How to get it fixed. Not just bringing all the failure we have in Igbo land as far as leadership is concerned, but the target is to fix it. So I have somebody who is a political analyst. He is a human rights activist, and he is the publisher of BVI Channel 1. They are the mobilizers and sponsor of this very program in the person of Mr. Chinedu Asozo Peters. He is someone that is going to be telling us how things are panning out. Leadership failure in Igbo land. The other day, Mr. This and Mr. That, Mr. Governor will be saying that he is the person that is going to be standing in for everything for this very campaign. You talk about election and the rest of them, and some people outside are saying one thing or the other, but at the same time, the target is at the end of the day, who is going to take over the leadership in Anambra State? Yes, is it PDP, APGA, APC, or neutral body? Do we have independent candidates? In all these candidature, do we have the person that has the discipline for leadership? Mr. Chinedu, as is welcome.
Thank you.
What do you have for us? Leadership failure in Igbo land. How to fix it?
All right. Thank you so much, Buchi, and our listeners all over the world. Thank you for joining once again on this Good Governance Ministry and being the convener and the mobilizer for this good governance. Our aim is to restore hope, to restore good governance in our society. And when I mean hope, people have lost hope in the system. They have lost hope in the governance and in the government. You see, if you go out there on the street, there is very evidential protest on the people, from the side of the people, with respect to what is happening to them. And it's a clear case of passing a vote of no confidence. And whenever we try to educate the people to understand that saying we are no longer interested in the political activities, throwing in the towel, let them just continue with whatever they want to continue, messing up our lives, is not the best. And whenever we talk about the political process to changing the leadership, because it's all about leadership failure, because it is the leadership failure that brings about bad governance. So the only way to turn it around is to have objective, visionary, fearless leaders that have the will, the political will to do the right thing. And I can tell you from my experiences and from what we've observed so far, it's not that the governors or the political class, especially the governors who have the executive power, it's not that they don't have vision or they don't have some sort of kind of support or that kind of will. No, let me just put it that way, that it's not that they are completely off the track, that they don't want to do anything for the people, but they lack the courage, they lack the political will to take decisions, because there are sycophants around them. There are people who they look up to, who made them to become governors, people who sponsored their elections, people who influence their becoming nominated, people who sit on very important positions in the society. They look at them and they say, if I take this decision, this person will not be happy. If I take this decision, that person will not be happy. And because they occupy sensitive position, maybe an Igbo, or the head of traditional rulers, or the head of market traders union, or the head of religious bodies like the church, and all of that. All of those things, when they lack the courage to take decisions that will be of public interest rather than personal interest of individuals, they presumed stakeholders. You see, that is where we have the problem. Now we need a fearless, independent-minded person who will take decisions for public interest instead of the interest of the few so-called stakeholders. Now, how do we get it right? Because it is obvious that the political class have failed generally in the education system. The people that are setting the standard is now private schools. That's why everybody can cut corners, can be corrupt, can bring in fake goods, can go to office, take bribes, give bribes to scoop up more money so that they can send their children to more expensive school that is working, which are the private school, because the government schools have failed. Talking about the hospital, the same thing. If you go to public hospital, you know what the case might be. If you want good or better medical service, you go to private hospitals. What about security? Everyone is abreast with what is happening in Nigeria. The government have failed in their primary responsibility, which is protection of lives and properties. They have failed woefully, from the center, which is Abuja, to individual states, bringing it down home. We started this program on the basis of end open grazing, which we have seen a source of threat to lives of our people, especially farmers and those in the rural areas who depend on agricultural activities to sustain their livelihood. They can no longer go to farm. They can no longer cultivate and have their product harvested peacefully without being raped, without being kidnapped, without being, harassed, killed, maimed. And we came up here and said, let the political class, the governors, come together, ban open grazing. It is according to our custom and tradition. It is not against the Nigerian constitution after all. Sign it into law, ban it, set up mechanism to safeguard these farmlands and the lives of our people. They did nothing. Even up to today, they only paid lip service and played politics with it. Say they have banned open grazing. You go around the communities, they are still marauding cows up and down. They are still marauding cows up and down. And that is a problem. And that is a very big problem. So what we are saying here is that it is the failure of these people who would take important decisions that made the people to say, listen, these people, they don't care about us. We are being killed every day. We are at the receiving end of all these things. And it seems that they don't care. Because they're not ready to make decisions that will affect the people, the so-called stakeholders. So they are playing with the politics, they're playing politics with the life of the people. So when you talk about, what about employment? Are we talking about employment? Are we talking about infrastructure? Common road is a rocket science in this country. Common road, whereas you have students of engineering graduating every day from different universities. Yet, common road is a rocket science. Common road. So when you look at all these things and you graduate after so many years, you couldn't get something to do. Even to start up your own. The environment is not conducive for your businesses to thrive. Look at our people. Go left, right, and center. Then you ask yourself, you sit down and ask yourself, government what has government done for me as a person? What benefit have I gotten from government? Government has now. No. Government initiative with a reasonable price. No. What about my security? Every one of these things, my school, my security, my health, my even infrastructure, people do it self-help, especially in Igbo land. Ndị Igbo na-eji akava zụọ ụmụ na school. Fa na-eji akava nwa ịmara shop gị mana ebe ibi ị na-akwụkwọ security. Mana inwe government, mana ị na-akwụkwọ security. And another other taxes and the rest of them. Government they raise money from different and had one allocation for security vote and the rest of them. Yet individuals are still paying for security. How one market they all depend on their self-help. Are they kuzioku infrastructure? Are they kuzioku health? Can never get bido? In Sushan again at school or go to engineering, go to everything. At the end of the day, they lie and go to the affair. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So, in each even in on all your men in the Bible pass a vote of no confidence because they rely generally on what they could do for themselves. It's self-help. Government. Now, the only way you get to reverse this trend, where restore back the confidence of the people, is through visionary leaders. Who is a visionary leader? A visionary leader is somebody that can motivate the people, that can inspire the people, that can tell the people, yes, we can. Somebody that set here a program, they'll be able to achieve it and help the people to achieve it. I've been on this radio program before that now Igbo would the easiest people to govern.
Why?
Igbo would the easiest people to govern. Go anywhere around the world. Oh, Igbo ya tukulani etua to ego kavadozi ozova. Without the help of, in fact, each well because of the government. I think in the approval, this and that, and now buy a store. And they provide in me. How long the jacket provide the wrong million? So either for that Nandibody, how a self-help kind of mentality. Airport Alunimo State, or government or effort of the people. Go and check it. And the Igbo Andorande are wasting okay tax. Let me tell you, Igbos generally the way they behave, it's a tax only Igbo average Igbo man mentality on our tax also. If you go to union, more organization have formed by themselves. It tax your number for so on an argument. Maka 100 naira, 200 naira. Mananda, but they say number they are in telling no because on your money form let me tell you, you will get times 10 of that thing in a check you contribute. This is what I found out from Indigo.
But do you think you can have accountability through that?
Of course, and I want to that so many organizations and form along with our friends union, club, and the rest of them. If you get about transparency and accountability, I belong to one. If you the kind of accountability these people they know with if you this kind of people that now how also in the system that works and the system that they benefit directly from. And the only people harness go here properly in Igbo Undoka. So Sondoka be fed harvest this potential Sundibo. So Sondoka government have not been able to do the same. So we need a government that will adopt church model. The church model of inspiring the people. Because you don't just inspire the people because all over the Chineke maka ndu ebe afterlife. Now we looking up to that hope. They simply contribute money. You see them setting up cathedrals left, right, and multi-million cathedrals, schools, and the rest of them. But it's unfortunate. Now look at your school. Of year contribute to the age. So generally, to round up my analysis on good governance, we need a visionary leader that can inspire Igbo in government. Somebody that could say, listen, I want to tie every nook and cranny of Anambra State, for instance. I want to tie every major road in Anambra State, but the people, you have to be involved. You have to be involved in the sense that all the estates, all the neighborhood, you come together, you contribute social amount of money that will help in tying your road. Government will come and intervene with their own subsidiary. And I tell you, maybe on the house in Keta, all the landlord, all the buildings contribute on this amount of money. They go now, you do all the roads. And the government get subsidized. And our loan, if you can contribute to the own mortgage, I could contribute to it, for instance. Then you team up with the Ministry of Works now at the state. And where the whole thing. Let me tell you, immediately you do that, and the people are now the almost both. I never tell you, I know the all going Kenya. Let me tell you, before I marry Naga, cool, nobody had a move in a queue. In fact, for the weekend bribe, so that they will come to their own side, Kebidon and Keva, for them to contribute to the money. They were telling about that is how to inspire the people. It's in each community, you standard hospital. Standard hospital, government can come in and equip it. Then your responsible doctors will come and work there, and they will be paid very well. Each community in Anambra State will have very wonderful hospitals. The same applies to schools. The same applies to industries or vocational institutions that are trending in terms of like artificial intelligence, application, and the rest of them. If no one has a this place will become the center of the world. It doesn't take a rocket science to be a good leader. Visionary leader that is fearless and courageous to do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Visionary leaders that are fearless to do the right thing. Where can we find them? I think that could be a very big problem, because a whole lot of things are happening, and the society needs something better. But who is going to build the cart? That is what we're asking. Talking about the church model. The church model, I think we have leaders of church. We're from one place to the other, and we are finding them. They're around the city, and we are struggling to see them, because some of these leaders in politics are members of the church as well. You can't hear me, huh?
Your voice is low.
I don't know what they really press here. I think what we are discussing is, well, how are we going to survive? They keep on pressing something. They set you. Yes, according to China, African China, he says, lead us well, govern us well. If you're a senator, senate us well. If you're police us well. Because like I was saying earlier, before the hitches, but I thank you. Remember, this is a good governance ministry, and yours sincerely, Buchi. I've been discussing with Honorable. I will call him Honorable because he's a human rights activist, and he is a political analyst as well. He's coming from the stables of BVI, they are the sponsor of this very, very program, Good Governance Ministry. And we are talking about good leadership, failure of leadership in Igbo land, and how to fix it. All these things we'll be talking is just to help the society. But one thing, those church people are in politics, and those politicians are in church, because there is this very thought zone. If you say you don't know, we are deceiving ourselves, except that you are not conscious of politics. There is church politics in Anambra. It is obvious.
Seriously.
There has been. Even if you are going to church, people will tell you, maybe clergymen, they will tell you, I know we are not going to come out and do this, but please, these people are trying to take our person out. They say our person have been, or our persons have been occupying the leadership in Anambra State. So this is the time we are going to capitalize. So how are they not advising those people to do the needful?
Let me tell you, like you just rightly identified. Let me tell you, church politics church, basically, I support church being at the front burner, directing good governance. If I ain't a church, was in here. If I ain't a make it, I'm bus who's in a bus. If I was your much in a kind of bus,
On a very me.
Father, me never quasi. They are doing it for the benefit of individuals at the top hierarchies of church governance or church hierarchy. Go to different denominations. It's not about one particular denomination. It is happening in all denominations. They play politics. That's just politics. But now, interfering in the societal politics, in governance, they are now using the powers they have, the charismatic powers they have, to control and influence political decisions in government to the benefit of themselves and few of their cliques. Remember politics of honorable cover. Remember politics of honorable cover. Where the capacity and somebody that has the will to do the right thing. Because they can anyway honorable and what are A, B, C, or D. So why will you now come down here? Instead of applying the same biblical and godly principle, you are now bringing more divisive politics and introducing it in our system. They are the ones doing it. They are listening to me. The archbishops, the bishops, they are all involved. They know the role they play. But yet, our society falls apart. Now, that is why necessitated good governance ministry. Good governance ministry concentrate here in making lives better for our people through good governance. Because they have failed in that responsibility. Because I believe, open a church, see, now I got to transform our society. Let me tell you, our society will be heaven on earth. But it's unfortunate and ironical that the church is becoming more worldly and the world is becoming more religious. Now, in an example, Indian churches, schools, very high standard schools, their school fees is very, very expensive. Then you wonder, now what is driving these institutions? Given a drive over that a common man in the church can no longer attend a school church established. In the other time, missionary schools were almost free of charge. But today, they are more expensive than an average private schools. Now, upon at the church, where all these schools were take their price at a very reasonable level, it will cushion the effect of private schools who are exploiting the people and also cushioning the effect of the failures of the government schools. Therefore, that now people will now go for missionary schools where they can give their children good and quality education without breaking the banks. But they have failed. They failed. They are becoming more capitalist and more exploitative than the capitalist system. They have become more political than the government system. That is why we have to come in and mediate. Good governance ministry in the gap to channel our people towards good leadership. Because it starts from here. Good governance, we can achieve it, but it requires the people. The people must participate. You are asking about how do we get it right? How do we get the leadership that we deserve?
Right.
The right leadership that we deserve comes from the people participating massively in deciding who governs them. It is very important because the people we are blaming, the stakeholders we are blaming, the church leadership we are blaming, they are the ones deciding who becomes your governors or your political leaders in a very large extent. But you will tell Madoketa, for instance, see no one record the track record the straight. Track record the baga. Only what it takes to pitch his tent with the people. but the people will turn their back on him because when they go zute, oh yeah, can them mad. I'm a group some people now contest election. In Anambra State as money at the adjunct baby. No one will whoop the ego. Why they whoop the ego? Some of the scuffles in their friend and within the political parties today because no one have a ego. Today enough money they are supposed to get. So if you know, if one of the people they play a big role in ushering in continuous bad leadership because they all believe that politics is the politics of buying and selling. My people, let us stop the politics of buying and selling. Somebody made a statement and I want to borrow his word. Kesile Mohalu came here on the other program and I was with him during the, I was part of the program. I attended the program of Emeka Anyoku just last week Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Or is that Friday or Thursday? Thursday rather. Where he made mention of one profound thing, the other ring an anthem. So many people in Anambra State are so poor that what they have is only money. You say, huh? So what I have been saying, somebody understood this. That you are so poor that all you have in this world is just money. So the level of money in your bank account does not determine that you are rich. I have been saying it from time one, from time immemorial, that you can never be rich in a poor society. You can never be rich in a poor society. When you build yourself in $1 billion in account again, like ndị a na-asị n'ọba kacha ego na Nigeria, ndị asị n'ọba kacha ego na Anambra, ndị asị n'ọba kacha ego na Africa. Mana isi wagi, you will fly 4 hours to go to the nearest hospital in London to get your medical service. You are so poor. Because cats, elu na ọkụkọ na atụrụ, na ordinary human na-enwere ihe ọ pasta na London, which I have had the direct experience. In a matter of minutes, just a matter of 5 minutes, on what go the help. You need to fly 6 hours with all the expensive trips you get added to it and logistics to get the same. Even you may not even get up to the kind of attention they will give to you because they are so, their citizens and their things are so important to them that you are going, even with all your spending, you will be treated as second class. So how will you say that you are rich? You are not rich. So the only thing that can make you rich, is you fixing your society. And that is what we are doing in Good Governance Ministry. And that is why we must, like I said, how do we get it right? We must raise and mobilize 1 million votes. I got channel to the person or to the very platform whom we believe that will not disappoint the people. Then when we give them that vote, their loyalty should be to the people and not to the few stakeholders. So call 0810 420 7522 to start identifying with good governance. Call 0810 420 7522 mobile or 080 6098 2212 080 6098 2212 to be part of what good governance is doing in Anambra State.
Yes, to be part of what good governance is doing in Anambra State and elsewhere. You can call this very number. But if you want to be part of this very program right now, we are on air on Odenbo 99.1 FM. You can call 070-381-55515. What we are talking about today is leadership failure in Igbo land. We are narrowing it down to Anambra State, your family, anywhere. How can we fix it? Not just talking about the failure in leadership in Anambra or in Igbo land or in Onitsha, in Oka, in anywhere, but the thing we are targeting is at the end of the day, we want you to bring solution. Please, I would like you to always remember that this is radio program, so you have to choose your language so that it will be very nice and very understanding to the other person's sensibility. Do not insult anybody. Hello? 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 Hello. Please, if you call us, remember we are talking about something serious. Please, if you call us, make sure you are ready to talk to us. We do not have all the time on radio. Yours sincerely, Buchibanga. I'm begging you. This is radio. I would like you to talk to the topic of the day. Hello? 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 The same thing. This is radio, and we're talking about good governance ministry. Please, if you know you want to call us, make sure you want to speak so that we don't use the other person's time to speak. Or there are many persons on the line trying to get connected, and you get connected. I wouldn't like you to be talking about something else. Huh? Hello? Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Good Governance Ministry.
Daalụ nwanne, daalụ.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Okay.
Came out my result. Okay, ngagenti. I'm on my kubuki eba man obuna ekwulie maka mada anọ mgbe ọbụla. Onwego mgbe unu kwuli ife.
Yeah, I kugo that na we have templates. IGA no chandi nine na apụta godo kita. Kanya malo their antecedent, their history, their vision, what they have on the table to offer to the people. Before we now say, I narrow it down to a number of people, but our major vision on this program is not just to say, but for you to have understanding of what good governance is, and for we to be able to mobilize enough people that will participate in the election, so that I channel our votes, give them any Imo State, Galima in Anambra State. But all the people must come out en mass. You throw your weight behind that particular person so that the result will be so overwhelming that now moke mangwere manat no onya anwa ko obodo kunelo. Obere ebia ana debate onye nke enwe 200, onye nke enwe 300, even in the medical na emecha election about 300,000 votes ke governors you will win election. We want a very wide range. Onye ndị obodo, onye ndị mmadụ tụkwasịrị obi, so that ka ali dị aka ka manipulation na-eme an election ka o ji wee win election. No massive turnout of people who want to get him, who wants to throw their weight behind him, who came out to vote for him. So I like on whenever I name I na-ejegasi n'obodo dị iche iche. Mana anyị na-echegoro ka ndị politics mechagoro their politics. Anyị na-echegoro ka ndị politics mechagoro their politics. Ka anyị wee malụ ndị finally ndị pụta na emechago kọtụ nwasikwa kọtụ asịrọ ka anyị wee jebe n'obodo ofu anyị ebidogokwa jebe n'obodo ndị a sị na ba na-apụta eze election nke anyị pee na ụda na ejebe n'obodo ye ka anyị malụ kene na ive omelụ ndị be eva na-eji isi arụ amị ụtọ nsị anyị ga-amalụgodu na charity begins at home. Ọ bụrụ mwa kwurie
mana onwe ndị n'ime ndị ahụ ike ịpụta kịta mee ife kịta ọfa mee kịta enwe ike count love na ọ dị mma are we going to count
no ọ na bụtata ka ibido bụrụ onye obodo ahụ mba na ya emela anyị chandum ọ bụrụ ịnụ na anyị na-abịa n'obodo unu ijejeje tee ilu obodo unu kịta sị m na itekpokwa iru kwuru nwa mba anyị ga-ama your antecedent ka ọ dị mmadụ ịbụ right from time. So
hello
Hello.
Can I can Lieutenant Noge if I'm
morning, my brother.
Hey, I don't know no one name of Bunyanyuche.
One name Dalo.
Good governance can acquire.
Honorable Prince to Eloy. And I'm watching me can do number in our.
Thank you.
More grace to you.
God bless you.
I'm asking for your courage.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Chinedu Bona. Ina ị ga-ahụ na anaghị ewere mmanya dị mma gbanye na iko jọrọ njọ.
Eziokwu.
Okay, Mama. Ihe anyị na-ekwu maka ịhọpụta onye dị mma, onye amaala oge eme nke ọzọ. Ọ bụrụkwana ya bụ ihe anyị chọzi kịta. Maka ị na-anya n'obodo a kịta, ịhụ na sistem Nigeria dị corrupt. Ịkpọtagodi onye nsọ tinye di ya, ịkpọtagodi onye si n'eluigwe, di sistem jọrọ njọ. Sistem mere ya na ọ bụ onye nọ n'ọchịchị the winner takes it all. Onye nọ n'ọchịchị ya nwere ikike niile, oge otu afọ Buhari nọ, ya jewe London itriti onwe ya. Mana ndị nke ya n'obodo ya, hospital dị n'obodo a, nwere ife dị ya, ndị doctors nọ strike. The system mere ya that you cannot question the president. Ya nwa authority, ya nwa mere appoint chief judge, ịkpọrọ ya eje na court, judge ya bụ onye n'ebe ahụ. Otu a ka ọ dịkwa mana state level. The governor ya na-eme appoint ndị niile. So all this difficult for the masses ije wee attack these people not empower. So ya mere the system jọrọ njọ. If I open the system mere ya na we the poor masses with authority to attack these people when family. Hey, man, he
mgbatụrụ gị ọkpa na n'ibe ikwu ozugbo
nataba ịma na ndị mmadụ ike anọ n'ọnọdụ
maka ka you make a very important and valid point. Let us address it immediately. Because all represent the view. Here only represent the view of many listeners. And that's why I want to respond immediately. If opinion on the ban kita na say no because the system may fail go nke ono obona makia na what if I get music I rap gaba, that will not solve the problem. In fact, that will continue escalating the problem. And they say that no further than say since we have been voting, what has happened? The truth of the matter is that we have not been voting. And the few that has voted wrongly because they voted according to the number of people that gave them money. Now we want to reverse that trend. I'm on the ban in the ban situation in Nigeria. They agree to the fact. But how do we get ourselves out? Is the point. And you cannot do it by lamentation. Freedom is not given, it is taken. How do you take it is the point we are making here. Many of us, Ganabo, no full politician, like somebody like Abaribe. If you can the support of them, go see the hello for the man, go see the open of the man. Now, Indians can also make the same thing. Now you can understand that nobody can we hope that possibility of somebody who can turn around the event. They will support him fully. But for you to say that I am putting support to the people whom we believe, like Governor Tom, before Governor Tom switched from APC to PDP and start standing behind their people to start fighting the way he's fighting. In fact, nobody need now see Governor need see what I saw on culture and never like here. Why would they say to? Because Governor Tom stood by the people. Governor Tom over Nigeria corner, over the same Nigeria corner, over the same constitutional corner, over the same president asking them off my corner when he may Now, how do we get it right? How to get it right? In case you don't know how Governor Tom became what he is today, he didn't just start today. He didn't just start speaking and fighting for his people. No, but the people rose. When the chiefs were down, when there are people who are being massacred in their farms and everything, they now said enough is enough. The people rose. The people that it is not during the election that they rose. They didn't rise just during the election. No. The people rose and blocked the governor from going to Abuja and telling him, if you can't stand with us, we will turn our backs on you. And the man surrendered his will to the people. And the people came out en masse. It is not about the political class. It's not about him switching from party A to B. No. But they gave him a platform. And the people now saw that they want to give him another benefit of doubt. Noga are fighting and stand with the people. And the people came out en masse. It is not about political calculation. It is not about political manipulation that made him to become, to continue in the second term. It was because the people stood out for him. And he won on the back and support of the people. And he channeled his loyalty to his people and not to the political class and political associate. That is what we want to achieve, beginning with Anambra State. That is what we want to achieve, to extend it around the Igbo land and other places as well. So my brother, do not say that we should all kick back, that we should all fold our hands and do nothing. This is time for us to come out, just like Benue people did, so that we'll have the kind of person the people are enjoying today. Thank you.
You mean it is not violence? You can do it without fighting?
Of course.
Coming to the governor to say this is what we want and this is what we do not want. If you're not going to give us this, we are not going to support you.
Exactly.
I think that's what Mr. Chinedu Asuzo is trying to tell you. So it is not to call names, but to do the action. Remember, you can be part of it by doing this very action. Just going to www.odenbofm.net and click listen live, or you go to online radio box or Nige radio app, then find it on Google Play Store and buy it, or Apple Store and listen live. You can call 070-381-55515 or 090-614-14478. Again, on email, Good Governance Ministry. I know who masatalo failure in leadership in Igbo land. Leadership failure in Igbo land. How to fix it, how to correct it. And I have in the studio Mr. Chinedu Asuzo. He is the publisher of BVI Channel 1. And BVI Channel 1 is the sponsor of this very program, Good Governance Ministry, that you normally hear every Monday once it is 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock. That is it. Hello?
Hello, Buchibanga, please. I called back. Interrupted me.
If you can do it in 30 seconds, please.
And let me just 20 seconds to round up my point. So, Chinedu, the other follow when this your program every Monday. Because somebody last time during an election like this, some precious groups are put now talk compensation from the aspirants in the end of the day. They are go for many years, more than 5 years. Why even good governance, they say maybe mistake. They say they make for Anambra State. Governor Kai and what the first year, yeah, be no tackle by security near the other. As I walk out with Bobby, no, not before we go with the boy with the one and Tony and the man of God, those shit about it. Didn't they make it? But I can be good governance. I can the best that they go, nothing can go down. They put on for many years. That way be courageous. It's a bonus I got here. Somebody said, if I was the kid and Dublin about the fact that West Wood and Dublin, that would be the best.
Among me, what I find if we go to we said we wouldn't like you to say something that is going to be insensible to the understanding or personality of another person. So we wouldn't like any division. That is not what we're preaching on this very program. So that we understand each other. Please,
let me intervene here very quickly.
On that very one,
yes.
I'm coming because we are part of the law. We are product of law, and we are censored, so we wouldn't like to use our platform to give that very credence, so that we stay on the topic, please.
Buchi, let me just a little digress from what you said. Let me respond to what you said, not what the guy said. Talking about freedom to express your opinion. People were right to express the opinion that this country is not working for them. We need self-determination. It is their right to say it. It doesn't go against the law to say it, that we need self-determination. But what matters is get the process in our adopt to achieve that your aspiration.
And not inciting people.
Not inciting people to violence, to killing. No, if violence and breaking of law is not what we support. But people have the right to express their opinion. You have to appreciate their opinion. Then we'll now be able to do what? To address it and channel it to the right cause. So that people don't take advantage of their agitation, their aspiration, their frustration, and now channel it to breaking of laws. No, we don't support breakdown of laws and order. But you are free to express your opinion. I personally have expressed my opinion time without number on this platform that the irreducible minimum our people desire is restructure Nigeria back to regional government. But the northern allies and the politicians are seeing it as dividing Nigeria. We should say regional government, so that govern made their own constitution. Again at Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. And with different countries, and with Abu Dhabi, and with Dubai, and with also Bondi where their own laws. Now governor for and I strive low with her. In United Kingdom. In Ghana, United Kingdom, the same thing. I go to the University of Wales. My certificate in language and the University of Wales is written in Welsh language. I don't interpret it in English language. But they're in the same country. Now, why would somebody now say that we must be together the same way it is, knowing fully well it is not working? But our own is
no. Don't you think
our
that
own.
leadership
Let
failure
me
we
let me
have
tell, let me
in
land.
Igbo land?
No, let me land. My own through the good governance ministry is for us to achieve a restructured governmental system in Igbo land.
Yes.
We have a revolution of political structure in Igbo land. Can we a vision, a visionary leaders or leadership that will channel the aspiration of our people to a particular cause. Open all the governors in the southeast, Nekwoku restructuring of Nigeria back to regions. Now work with other governors from different regions to achieve the same purpose. If our people go
Do they have the number?
no, when you talk about the number when Nigeria will see geopolitical zones in Nigeria, the southwest, the point is the political class, in the politicians, do they align with your vision? That is the problem. When they don't align with your vision, you are talking about numbers. Because when we go to the number in your own area, open the governors of the southeast, they take practical steps to ensure that they will go regional government, where we have our own security, where we have our own constitution, where we have our own police, where we have our own judicial system and justice system. Go able to make election in Anambra State. It's a shame. So all the very important. Many of the court these things is it supposed to be like that? No. Of him in Anambra State.
No,
So
but it is left for the judiciary.
the problem of the foundational problem of this country is on the structure of this country. Now, you need like what can say you need the visionary leaders that have alignment with your aspiration. When they demand this is what we want, and then they place the politics with other nationalities. Agent south get of another the same line. Agent southwest get of another the same line. And they build up the numbers he need politically. Agent middle belt, which is the north central, in a build there before in where the overwhelming majority you need to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay. Then I know Nazia, Natazia Nabani, I will lose one where maybe petting Nabani.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Good Governance Ministry.
Good morning. This is Anaka calling from Oka.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I've been following your program and I love the issue being discussed. The problem now, we have to tell ourselves the truth. Igbos are not happy with what is going on in Nigeria. Igbos are not happy with the status quo. Igbos are developmentally minded. So situation whereby on a country that will always make you to go back, to the medieval period. And I will not follow the new trends.
Okay.
It's not going to
So what do you think that made us to fail leadership wise? And do you think we have leadership failure in Igbo land, and how can we stop it? The failure. Do you think we have leadership failure in Igbo land?
You said yes.
If we have leadership failure in Igbo, wait, I'm saying something. If we have leadership failure in Igbo land, what do you think should be done to stop it?
The only thing that we must do, because it's obvious that we have leadership failure at all levels in Igbo land, the only thing we should do is to go back to the people. First of all, apologize for failing the people. And the new leaders should emerge. We have to put every strategy and the platform in order to bring up new leaders. Because what we want, what we see in Nigeria now, even in Igbo land, is that we don't have leaders. The people are tired. The people are not confident in anything.
I agree with you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. We do not have all the time. Thank you. We've had you. We talked down the clock, and our time is fast spent. Thank you, everybody listening now, because we're talking about good governance and what have you to offer, so that this very leadership failure that some of us accept that we have here in Igbo land can be solved. That is our target, not just to highlight it. And your own point, I would like you, if you call now, to give us solution to this, please. Hello? Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Morning.
Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, my name is Igbo reaching from the land of the rising sun, Biafra land of poor place. That is Israel this morning.
Okay, my brother, I would like you to do it in 30 seconds, please. Oh?
Go ahead, do it.
I can show you because we want to make good. But the card bearer of ACC for the governorship candidate and the flag bearer of PDP for the governorship in Anambra and flag bearer of advocate for the governorship of Anambra. This is one question. Then, I don't know also interested now. Any governor of Anambra in Anambra or you have the power over the commissioner of police in Anambra, or you have the power to control the commissioner of police. One. Now, like where grazing law against the flood header, is the open grazing law. Or you have the power to power ahead of the federal government.
Okay. Now I'm on the notifying the command man or guard the raw. I am no gun can if you could call yourself about hello. Hello, I got my talk email your say so no. Can I forget a visit? Yes, no,
so, when you want my hand is and you go to the government of Nigeria hijack. You make it to the country, to my going to Malton. So, the Konya Jira Bazaar, but when your government is with power, it won't be planning because it's a man against the president and to before you know a whoop. I'm not saying I need Kumaka credible governor. A man only I need Kumaka, you were credible judges and they are defended because they are in care. Who put them an example?
Hello, Monty. Hello. I've taught them propaganda on this very program. You will evidence na hope about fault. You will evidence about all hearsay. You will evidence concrete evidence. No, I'm here. I'm in charge, please. You will evidence the concrete na hope about fault.
Okay, the question
in will evidence. In will evidence.
Even the results.
Wait.
I message you because you obro no na about first.
Oh, do chief who can do any. I want am ebe
Yes.
Man, I want to get sibu kanale fair or bully propaganda. I have to be sincere. I ask him simple question. In will evidence. I don't know will evidence kita. You want to man no evidence. So let us go so that we don't deviate from what we're talking about.
Exactly. That's very important.
Yes, if I know good governance, our target today, leadership failure in Igbo land. How to fix it?
Buchi kam bajio ishi ansande jula juju inofu nkeji. Onye kuloku maka open grazing. Now, Governor Gabata, or the courage. If you remember from the beginning of this process, we need somebody that have the political will, the courage to do the right thing.
Yes.
Now, then they play lip service with these things. I want to do the agitation
so why
for the
they
end
been
of
playing lip service?
Because they are. I told you that they are loyal to the stakeholders. They are looking at the stakeholders and not the people. And I gave you an example of Benue State Governor. He's a template. Never use Imo State as a template, but the right template is Benue State.
How long can he continue with it?
No, he had been on it. When I see that now, no stand there up against open grazing. Who told you that the government that Abuja can remove the governor or because he stood against
so that can be an allegation.
No, it's just it's a mere propaganda. Just like you said, I'm addressing the propaganda and channeling the people to start thinking right. The right template is Benue State. Mbopo, yes, they tried to remove him. They tried to make sure he doesn't come back for second tenure. But he did. And how did he come back? He had the support of the people. The people came overwhelmingly out and gave him full support. So he cannot
been solved?
You cannot rig that election.
But has the problem been solved?
In Benue State?
Yes.
To a large extent, you cannot see a Marudas carrying cattle up and down in Benue State. Go there and see for yourself. He had made this time, and in fact, if you go to Benue State, they have arrested, prosecuted many people who have flouted that law.
But has the killings been stopped?
No, it has been stopped to a very large extent. You know when it started in Benue State now? Benue State was almost ransacked completely. Go to Benue State today. The story has changed. So what we are talking about is we should use the right template. If you want to avoid what happened in Imo State, where the presumed fourth position now turned out to become the first position at the Supreme Court. If you want that not to happen in Anambra State, you must support the effort of Good Governance Ministry as we are mobilizing 1 million votes. 1 million votes is the minimum we want to mobilize. If we don't get up to 1 million votes from Good Governance mobilization, what happened in Imo State might happen in Anambra State. So why we are saying it,
but we are not condemning what happened in Imo
no,
State.
no. It's condemnable that na people make a vote. Listen, it's condemnable that na people make a vote in Imo State. And we court na somewhere change the election. So we want it to be clear. We want our people in our march now against the referee. Everybody and one march is very tough.
Yes.
Now what you need to do,
because
what we need to do now is we must come out en masse. The solution is to come out en masse and join the effort of Good Governance Ministry to mobilize 1 million votes. Call 0810 420 7522 0810 420 7522 or you call 080 6098 2212 080 6098 2212. My just search here BVI Channel 1 on the social media, especially on the YouTube. It's search here BVI, B for beer, V for voice, I for international, BVI Channel 1 on YouTube or on any social media platform, or you call the numbers we've just called, or you just search me on Facebook. Asuzu Peters is my name, the Archbishop, Good Governance Ministry.
Dalorin Archbishop Unkendi, Good Governance Ministry. This is the program and the society. Sinedo Peters, the political analyst called human rights activist. He is the publisher of BVI Channel 1, and BVI Channel 1 is the sponsor of Good Governance that you normally hear every Monday, 11 a.m. in the morning till 12 o'clock. That is what we talk here. Yours sincerely, Buchibanga says, thank you everybody for listening that called and listen as well. And as well, do what you want to do to help the society. Please, that is going to be good. Thank you. Same time, same station on Monday. Don't touch that dial. We love you and would like to see you back to back. And then we'll continue. Don't touch that dial.